Howdy and welcome on back to East Texas Now. I'm Hannah Johnson and you're watching East Texas Now. Of course, you know, it is Monday. We are getting our week started. I know we have a lot to talk about when it comes to our weather and everything else in between, but right now I want to take you over to, well, you might not know this. Maybe you do. Maybe you're excited about it. The award-winning ABC soap opera General Hospital is reaching a major milestone, reached already many milestones before, but it's set to air its 16,000th episode after 63 years of being on air. And fun, unique information, if you don't know, if you're not aware, we actually have a General Hospital star right here in East Texas. In fact, I'm sure you've heard his name many a times. Brad Maule is joining us, now a Nacogdoches City Councilor, but famously played the role of Tony Jones. So, Brad, thank you for joining us, of course. What does this milestone mean for you?
Well, I'm really proud of them. I mean, 16,000 episode, it's unheard of for a television series. And just so you know, I was counting up last night and I did approximately a little bit over 2,000 episodes of the show.
With that many episodes, do you have any moments that really stick out to you or just that are memorable? I'm sure there's plenty with that many episodes. How do you keep them straight? Do you have like memories filed away with each episode? What is that? How do you recall those memories?
No, I mean, I have great memories of the time. There was one, I had a daughter on the show, Barbara Jean or BJ, we called her, and there was a period of time that she died on the show, and we made the decision to give her heart away, which actually had real life repercussions because many people signed up as organ donors after that, after seeing those episodes. So that's pretty memorable in my life, and it was a pretty incredible wave to ride for a while. I was also Frisco's brother on the show, and Luke's brother-in-law because I was married to Bobby for 10 years on the show. So those were great moments for me. Plus Tanya and Lucy, all my wives on General Hospital.
I mean, having that kind of impact on organ donors, I mean, they're always needed, but to have that moment, that story, have such an impact and reach so many people, that really, yeah, that leaves a lasting mark. Is there any other story arcs that stay with you? I mean, 10 years on the show, that's a lot.
Well, as the years passed by, I went from a foundation character who was, the stable one, the loved one, and a very steady character. And then slowly over the years, toward the end, I went crazy, and that sounds sad in some ways, but it's actually a lot of fun to play the villain or somebody kind of crazy and stuff. So even though it was scary at times, it was, it was a great, interesting time,
An adventure.
an adventure.
Walk me through some of the, on the outside things, not necessarily just the story of General Hospital or just your character within it, but your time on set. Do you have any big moments that stick out for you?
Oh yeah, there was. Uh, um, at that time, there was a commercial on the air, where they say, "I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV." I had several of those instances. I was literally outside a doctor's office one day, but I had gone between shooting on General Hospital, so I was in my scrubs and doctor coat because I just left the set during lunch hour to go to my own doctor. And while I was on the sidewalk in Beverly Hills outside the doctor's office, a woman had thought she was having a heart attack. And I was like, oh, this is terrible. And people were yelling at me. They're like, do something. You're a doctor. And I was like, I don't want to hurt this lady. Okay. So it was kind of an odd thing. And they didn't understand. And then once I was on a plane flying over the ocean, actually, and they had a medical emergency, and the pilot came on and said, "Is there a doctor on board?" And a flight attendant came up to me and looked at me and pointed at me and then went, "No, never mind." And so, there was some funny stuff like that happened.
You weren't wearing scrubs on the plane, right?
No, I was just recognizable as a doctor.
What kind of
And
pressure?
I still tell people to this day when they talk to me, I'm like, they complain about their illness or something. I say, you do know that I am a doctor or that I was one. So,
I love that. What was it like to work for a TV show that had so many viewers? It was one of the biggest TV series in the country. Did that put a lot of pressure on you to perform?
um, no, it's more like being comfortable and loved everywhere you go. I could go into a city I've never been to before and walk into a restaurant or a grocery store or whatever, and people were like, "Oh my God, hey, how you doing?" Because you were in their living room 5 days a week, and they felt comfortable with you, and that still happens. I love it. I love the people.
So what is the most recent moment that someone was like, "Oh, it's Tony. Come sit down with us, Tony."
Walmart.
Oh yeah.
I go in Walmart all the time. I shop there, and people are, a lot of people drive past me and they go, "Oh my God, you were on my story." That's what they call them here in the South.
The stories. Yes, you got to have your
My
stories.
story.
Well, walk me through what was like a normal day for you filming. I'm sure you got in early to do makeup. Walk me through a day in the life of a general hospital actor.
Okay, so you get there about 7 a.m. You look at your script because you've learned it the night before because you do so many pages all the time. You usually look at it the night before and memorize it. Come in the morning and rehearse, and they block you, which is to show you where you're going to be on the set and what you're doing. And then you go back downstairs, usually, and then we start taping. So get in makeup, you you wait around in your dressing room rehearsing lines with your fellow cast members, and then they call you up to the stage. Our building, our sound stages, or the one I worked on at the time, was 5 stories high. So it was a huge, gigantic building full of acting and actors, and they call you up on the set, and you're supposed to have your lines learned, and then they take you through it one more time, and then you shoot it. And whereas on film, you might shoot 4 pages a day, and they might shoot 10 or 20 takes of just one line or something. Um, on daytime television, we shoot, 60 pages or 90 pages, depending on what it is, but generally about 60 pages. And if you're in a heavy storyline, you've got 20 of those pages to learn. So for you to do one scene, you don't go up on your lines. You study them, you do them. They shoot it with 5 cameras. So the lines have to be exact because the director inside the booth is cutting from camera 1, camera 3, camera 4, like your job right now. They're cutting back and forth. So if you don't know your lines, they don't know where to cut. So it's a very intense job.
It sounds like it
And
puts
we
a lot
shoot
of
one
pressure.
show a day. We shoot one show a day as opposed to a movie that you shoot a movie over the course of maybe a month or 2 or 3 months.
With that kind of pressure, did you ever have moments where you didn't know your lines or you
Ab-
may I'm sorry, continue.
Absolutely, you do. My first day on the show, I had a monologue that was an entire page of a script. And, if you've ever looked at a script, that's quite a bit of dialogue. And I remember getting almost to the end of it and then going, and you're up and you got to start over, which adds double pressure. Number one, it's your first day on the show, so you're under pressure from that. You don't know anybody. And then you forget your line because there's a camera right in your face, and there's a microphone here, and there's another actor that's famous that you've watched so many times. So the pressure is intense and the hot lights and all that. And you go through it the second time and you're like, "Dear Lord, please, this is my life. This is my dream. This is what I wanted to do for my whole life. Please stand by me and help me through this." And then you do it and you get through it. And and the relief is amazing.
what are the moments where you just you the pride and the I did it. What were those moments for you? Was it when you finished those major monologues or when you successfully finish an arc in a story or that first episode coming to air? What was that moment of like, ah, I did it?
Well, you know, this is a firm belief of mine. Many people don't believe it, but when I was on the show, I honestly thought it was the best part of my life in many ways. And so, even though you might be on a show for 20 years, uh, actors that that have been on there a long time, they honestly they don't take it for granted. They walk in there and they might as well be doing the most serious Shakespearean play ever. They believe in what they're doing. Now, and I used to teach my college students this also. I said, if you think you're too good to be on a soap, then you number one aren't good enough, and number two, you're not mature enough to realize that no matter what your job is, you need to do it like it's the best thing you've ever done in your life. And then it will be the best thing you've ever done in your life. And of course, over 20 years, you have personal problems, you have real life going on, you're sick sometimes, you're unhappy, or maybe you're getting a divorce, or whatever people go through in real life. But the the soundstage itself and the very fact that you're in the 1% of the 1% of the world that gets to do what they dreamed is a very sacred kind of special place. And it's a wonderful, wonderful place. And I'm proud of them for doing, I mean, 16,000 episodes. Good for you, General Hospital.
Absolutely. Continuing to step into people's homes, like you mentioned before, and being a part of people's lives. That's to still have that connection to people and not losing that throughout time or whatever. Yes, kudos. Walk me back to, I know you mentioned before your first day. Comparing your first day, the anxiety, to your final day where you had to film, what was it, your end of show, your was it a death scene in
I
2006?
died. I
Yes.
died on the show.
What was that
Actually, I
like?
died I died several times on the show, but this time I didn't come back to life. It was the final end. And it was truly a form of grieving and death because when you've done a character for 22 years, um, that is a part of you, a deep part of you. And I truly I felt grief to be leaving a studio I loved, to be leaving a show I loved, to people that I had had a relationship with for so many years. And it was not just a job to me. It had become a part of me. So it was very difficult and it was very sad and it took me, a good bit of time to kind of make sense out of it and to go, "Hey Brad, you didn't die, your character died." But you know what? It was natural. It was the best thing that ever happened to me because it opened me up to go and live a whole new life and to find new purpose in life. And I can't thank them enough, actually.
I love that. I love the connections that you made. Walk me through, or just tell me about some of the connections that you made, the relationships you had with your co-stars. I'm sure like you mentioned, when you have that much time with folks, you learn about each other, you learn about each other's families. I mean, those are friends you're probably going to have forever. Walk me through those relationships.
Well, some of them are the kind of friends that you might not see each other for 10 years or something, but you pick right back up. Everybody has those kind of friends. Uh, Hillary Edson, who played Tanya on the show, she was my first wife. She's happily married, lives on the East Coast, has grown children now, but every holiday or whatever, we will call each other, and it's just like we're still 20 years old. And she's a wonderful friend and has been a good friend all these years. And Jackie Zeman, who passed away about 3 years ago now, I was married to her on the show for three times, but our children grew up together, played together. We did, trick or treat together on our street. So we had a relationship all those years, and Jackie was very beloved by me.
I want to go back to the filming of your death scene, the final death scene. What was it like rehearsing that day? I know you
We didn't
mentioned
rehearse it.
grieving. You didn't rehearse it.
We didn't rehearse it. It was a 10-page scene
Oh,
with me lying in bed, busy, dying, I guess. But everybody, everybody that was a part of the stories I'd been a part of came by to say their goodbyes to me and say, oh, Tony, you're going to be okay, and all that kind of stuff. So it was not something you could rehearse, really. You just hope that everybody knew their lines, and it was five, four, three, two, action. And as they came in, not only was Tony Geary saying goodbye to his bro-in-law, as he called me, but it was also me and Tony saying goodbye to each other, and it was beautiful. And same way with Jackie Zeman and all the different people that came in. It was real and not real, and it was very touching.
where
You can
did
watch me die on YouTube if you want to.
I might have to Google that later. I might will. Walk me through the. Oh, you. I lost my train of thought. We were discussing, yes, your time at the end of it all. Walk me through the how you had to separate yourself, because I know you had mentioned, the connections you made with the character itself. Where did Tony begin and Brad begin? Like, where did Tony come to an end, and like how did you separate yourself from the character? Because like you mentioned moments ago, when you've played that character for so long, it becomes a part of who you are.
Yeah, well, I mean, nobody writes scripts anymore, so I don't have to play Tony anymore. Um, I'm just left with Brad, so you better hope Brad's enough. And I uh, disassociated with Los Angeles after that. I did Seventh Heaven for a while longer, another series, but you know, I I was known every casting room I walked into. They'd be like, "Oh, you're Dr. Tony." So it was very difficult to leave that behind. And so I thought, well, I'll physically leave it behind. And I moved back to Texas, and I moved into an incredible town that's 300 years old, is filled with history. And I remember the day I got here, I was like, I don't understand exactly why I'm here, but this is where I'm meant to be. And I've been here 21 years now, and I have a whole new life of new friends, of a town that I love. I mean, you know about Nacogdoches probably. But Nacogdoches is one of those special places. It's filled with history. The buildings are 150. The building I'm in right now is probably 150 years old. It has the Caddo Nation that was here for 11,000 years before the Spanish rolled into town. We've been under 9 separate flags in the course of our history here. And when you're in a town that old, uh, there's an energy here. The history resonates, and we do reenactments of historical events. We have the Eyes of Father Marhil, which is a Spanish priest who is on the process, which is a long several hundred years process of becoming a saint, and he's in the final throes of that actually. And if he achieves sainthood, Nacogdoches will not only be a historic town that people visit because it's beautiful and fun and has great restaurants, but it'll also be a place of pilgrimage for Catholics from all over the world to come here. I mean, LA may be cool and have palm trees, but it's hard to match this kind of depth.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely. Now, looking back, what would you have to say for the cast and the crew of General Hospital with 16,000 episodes behind them now Any special message?
I love your I love your dedication. I it's still part of my life. It was a part of my life. It's still a part of my life. I from afar keep up with them. I'm proud of them, and try to do 16,000 more if you can.
That sounds like a challenge. I bet they're up for it. All right.
Oh,
Well,
they are.
what's
Are
the
you
next
kidding?
challenge for
Yeah.
you?
Uh, well, I'm on city council here. And my next challenge right at this moment is I've got to play Adolphus Stern here at August 2nd. Then I'm going to be a part of the Father Marhill um, historical event coming up. And then I've also got budget workshops to try to spend the taxpayers' money in a good, fair, common sense kind of way where we don't waste your money, but we enhance the city and enhance people's lives if possible.
Brad, thank you so much for joining us. I really enjoy
Oh,
getting to
thank
talk to
you.
you, especially even the last time we got to chat before the 4th of July when you were playing Uncle Sam.
Sam Houston.
Sam
He's
Houston.
my favorite character that I play.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, how did it
Yeah.
go?
Well,
Was it
I
fun?
love talking to you because most of the time it's just sound bites and you and I get to talk. So I really
Yes.
appreciate that.